Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 20 of Buddy Pass Podcast, brought to you always by the Masshole Perspective. Go check them out if you haven't. I'm Chris Rafferty, and I'm alongside Brett Tibbetts and Aiden Crowley, two of my dear friends, and we're going to talk about some hockey today. So, fellas, before we do that, how are you?
That sounded like ASMR.
I know.
It did.
I was going that late night. What are those called? Those little late night radio channels.
Late night talk shows.
Oh, no. I know
okay,
exactly
I
what
know
you're talking about.
I think
There
I know
was
what
a-
you're saying too.
There
I
was,
haven't
a,
listened to a radio in so long, though, so I don't know.
there was a Criminal Minds episode about that.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of when I. Yeah,
Damn. I'm
Criminal Minds.
Out of the
Also-
loop on the Criminal Minds stuff.
I
So good.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the last Criminal Minds episode is horrible.
Yeah.
It's so
Agreed.
bad.
The only good part though was that song that they played during it. That had me just like,
Oh, when they yeah. They're all vibing.
was it by Billy Joel?
I have no idea. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Way to have two
Um,
first names for a name. Fucking idiot.
Whoa. I rearranged my room a little bit here, so anybody who watches on YouTube might notice. Got the McAvoy jersey up here. You can see my TV behind me. I used to have the two windows behind me, which are that way now. So, but now my lighting's better here. You can see me better.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think we should. That was that little intro that you just did where you stuttered and had a stroke. I think we should preface that it's getting onto
dude.
this Zoom was a trip and a half. I don't think any of us are in like a good state of mind right now or a sane
I'm-
state of mind.
I'm
I
in
know.
an empire state of mind.
I hope a car hits you later.
I can speak for myself saying that since finals started, I've been on a steady decline of like sanity.
Dude, they ended like a week ago though.
I know. I know.
I don't. I got jumped by pollen today. They took everything I owned.
Dude,
and I feel awful.
I woke up, my eyes, I was like,
Yeah.
my eyes were watering, they were red. It was gross. It's all.
Smoked-
I went for a walk yesterday, like a 20-minute walk. That's why.
That's why. That's why. You know, when you treat yourself good, bad things happen. So,
Did you guys do anything fun for Mother's Day?
well, what's fun?
Like hang out with your mom?
Yeah, me and my sister, we got her some gifts, you know, some stuff
Yeah.
for her. We're making like a little home office for her. So we got me and my sister Rachel. We got her some nice gifts, and you know, I love seeing the smile when she's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Yeah, you like that shit." It was good
So
though.
sweet.
God, you
I
talk
know.
to your mom like that?
I'm like, yeah, you fuck with it, you fuck with it, Victor, you fuck with it. No, she was happy though. She had a good day, pretty
Oh,
sure.
man.
We had
Yeah.
my buddy, shout out my buddy Higgins. He just got sent off to basic. We had a little send off party for him. So respect to him. Saturday, that was a time and a half. Bittersweet. You know, I won't see my boy for 4 months, but he's out there posted. I think he had a good night, and yeah, some shit happened that night, and it was kind of bananas. I don't know if I can talk about it on the pod, but
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I
I'd
don't
save it
think
for
we
another
should.
time.
how about if we do a
Oh, man.
Patreon or something like
Oh my
that? When
God.
people pay for it, they'll hear the story. 'Cause that
Yeah.
was actually been wild.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing there. Maybe
Yeah.
someday we'll be doing that.
I just
Fans.
want to know. The only person that would know what I'm talking about that probably listens to this is my buddy Stark. So Stark, if you're listening to this,
Shout out Stark.
I just want to let you know that
Keep your mouth shut.
I'm sorry. No, he knows what I mean. But what about you boys?
I celebrated Mother's Day on Saturday
Mhm.
because my girlfriend graduated college on
Oh, very
Sunday. So
Congratulations.
congratulations to
Oh,
everyone
yes.
graduating this
Yeah.
week, next week. You know, big things, craziness. But no,
Remember,
just
Life goes downhill.
it's all about perspective. It's all about perspective. But no, just simple day with Marcy. Got her some flowers. Got her a card. Like, just hung out.
Fucking Riz, what
Marcy
do you
is
do?
she's a very simple woman. She doesn't need too much, and
I feel she appreciates a lot.
she really does. She
Yeah.
really does.
What did you and Emily do? On
Uh,
Sunday, I should say.
well, she had her ceremony on Sunday morning, and I met her down in Worcester with her parents, and just went on to campus, helped her move out, took some
Mm.
pictures, got her mom a card and everything.
Wow.
Sweetheart, you are
Shout out
just
Lenore.
you're playing it
What a
good. You're playing
guy.
it good.
You know, that's what I do. That's what I cover my bases.
Hey, raised you right though. Raised you right. How was the stadium? Or not the stadium, like the DCU? Like, was it like kind of crazy?
So I wasn't allowed to go in. All the grads,
Just post outside.
all the grads had 2 guests. And for some reason she picked her mom and her dad.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I don't
fucking
know what
weird.
the fuck is up with that. Like she left me out. What the
Dude, I
fuck?
drove here.
No.
Uh,
Her mom texted me on the way down though, and was like, "Yeah, you could have just walked right in. No one was checking." And I was like, "Really? Seriously?" Shout out Assumption.
Yeah. So shit, that'll be us
Yeah.
next year, seniors. What about you, though, Brett? What do you do for the little?
I mean, I went to the Cape, saw my grandma and some of my cousins,
Oh, nice.
grandpa. It was so obviously Mother's Day was Sunday, and then my grandpa's birthday was Saturday, the day before, and then my dad's birthday is next week.
Damn.
All 3 of those things, covered all the bases. You know, had a little cake
Baseball
for my
guys.
dad and my grandpa, so it was nice. Yeah.
So they
it's
share a
had-
cake?
I actually I wasn't there. So my parents went down Saturday and Sunday. I only went down Sunday. And I saw my grandpa for a little bit, but they live back off the Cape, so they went home kind of early. So I think they celebrated my grandpa's on Saturday.
Yeah.
But I still got to see him on Sunday. But my grandma got my dad a cake though on Sunday. So
What part of the
Yeah.
Cape?
Harwich.
What's that there? What part is that?
It's the elbow.
Oh, it's the elbow. Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. When I go down, I'm a Dennisport guy. That's just
That's like kind of bicep, right? Mid bicep.
that's like maybe
Yeah.
try. Maybe
Yeah.
try.
That's my fitness is my thing. That's my thing.
Oh man. All
Dude,
right.
wait, do you know about fitness?
Wait, me or AIDS?
No, hey, like, do you know about fitness?
I know about fitness.
I don't think he works out.
Oh, fitness dick in your mouth?
Yeah. Can we say that?
Why
on
did
the
I not
pod?
see that one coming?
I knew it was coming. I knew
I don't
it
know
was
how
coming.
I didn't read that. What else? Why else would he be asking that?
I know.
I was watching Cody Ko Noah Miller's pod last
Oh,
night, and that was just one of the things that happened. I was like, I need to get Aiden with that. I need to do it. But yeah, I think before we go in a little, I think we've wrapped up most of it. I think starting now too, I do a little summer league team. I think I've talked about it before in the pod, and I think at the end of every episode, I'm just gonna get a nice little wrap up of the last week of puck for the new squad. We changed our name. We are the Cardiac Cats. I don't know who picked that stupid name, but now we changed it to the Young Goonie Killas, YGK. So I'll talk about that more at the end of the episode. Just that's after hot seat teams and all that shit we do at the end. So if you want to stick around, listen to it. We got some good stories, but I do want to get into some hockey talk.
Yeah. Get off of the hot seat teams here, since me and Aids had the same one
Should I
again.
Third week in a row.
Psycho has. Should I start? So
Yeah, you can
guys
start.
do. So
Get
I just had
yours out.
I had the Wild. I really think they're my dark horse in the entire league right now. I may pick them to go to that finals for the conference. At least I really may, man. I love this team. I love everything about them. They went 2-0-1. They dropped an overtime game to St. Louis and then beat Anaheim twice. I mean, like, not, I guess, the greatest competition, but still, like, you need to be playing good. It doesn't really matter wins or wins at this time of the year. You just got to win and be playing good hockey. So, I love this team. I'm gonna put some money on them, dude, to at least win a series or two. I really think that.
Dude, but
Yeah.
you're playing either Vegas or Colorado. Like,
But dude, they've had Vegas's number this
I
year.
know.
That's
I'm
true.
rooting for
Vegas
them.
is terrible.
I'm definitely
That-
rooting for the Wild in that division.
Yeah,
I don't know how confident I am, but I'm rooting for them for sure.
I
I love them. So
don't know. I think the only thing that's gonna maybe bring that team down is if their holes on the goaltending side of it get exposed. Because I do think it's not a fluke year, but how long can the magic last in net for them? But besides that, man, like they're my dark horse right now. But anyways, what about? So you guys had the Avalanche?
yes,
Yes.
we did the Avs, who did well. So technically, we both won. They went 3-1. Their one loss was to the Sharks. Actually, they beat the Kings beat the Kings twice, as well as the Knights once. But you can say something about the Avs after AIDS. But I will throw in there. We did our little tiebreaker by each picking a player, see who gets more points. AIDS picked Nazem Kadri, who actually I wanted to pick, but I let AIDS pick first, and he took Kadri. So I went with Andrei Burakovsky.
Who was my second pick.
And so Kadri got 2 points in the 4 games, and Burakovsky had 6. He had quite the week. So I took a dub there, but really, both of us picking the Knights was a dub. So
Avs.
Oh shit! Did I say Knights by accident? My bad.
No, you're good. So I mean, shit. That's a nice little last week of hot seat teams.
Yeah,
we're gonna do something a little different at the end of this episode, but fucking right, it's 20 weeks of hot seat teams, and nice way to end it off. I think I went undefeated this year in hot seat teams. I don't think I lost one.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that.
That week you picked the Blues, they crushed it.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely didn't go like 0-4.
I don't think so. 4-0 sounds right, but whatever. This sucks to you. All right. That was quick then. I want you guys to get into some news around the league. I think why don't we start off with Torts?
Okay.
We're gonna start with Torts.
I love this guy, so I would just love to talk about him.
We can start with that.
All
so
right.
he said he's parting ways with Columbus, correct?
Mutually.
After this season.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if he was parting ways or if they were parting ways.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
guys,
that's
There's a big difference.
Go ahead, Raff.
I was just gonna ask, like, 1, what do you guys think about Torts, and then 2, to follow up with that, does he get a job next year? Or do you think he waits a little bit? What do you guys think about Torts?
So I've always liked Torts. Just no other coach in the league really like him. He's got quite a different style, and it's definitely a style that doesn't fit with most teams. So I don't know if I see him getting a job next year coaching. I mean, I know
Rick Tocchet's gone.
I was gonna say the Coyotes just parted ways with Rick Tocchet. But I definitely don't see Torts in Arizona. I definitely don't see that. So I can't think of a team where else he would go. First of all,
isn't Travis Green leaving Vancouver? I think that's
I know
a
that
locker
was
room.
like
What about Seattle?
Or Seattle. Oh my god, that would be fucking.
That's
that
my
would be kind of fire.
That's my
That'd be
sleeper.
good.
I totally forgot about that. That didn't even cross my mind.
I think that Torts could easily end up in Seattle.
Whoa.
I think a band of misfits.
I was
right?
gonna say
you're getting a group of guys from a bunch of different teams, right? That one unlucky Columbus player though is going to end up with Torts again. If he goes to Seattle. But no, I think honestly, if Torts is going to, if he decides to coach next year, which I feel like, I don't see why he wouldn't want to. It just depends on if there's an offer. I think Seattle's a great fit for him. You're going to a team that has no history. You're going like I said, band of misfits, and it's a chance to prove yourself with a group of guys that also want to prove themselves.
I bet the fans would love him too.
1,000%.
It's
the same. It was the same situation with Gallant in Vegas, right?
Yeah, because Gallant was more like player coach though. He was more like.
No, I agree.
Not like X's and O's. He just wanted the boys to go out and play.
But it was another one of those situations where, he kind of had a hard time in Florida for a couple years, and then he goes to Vegas with this new group of guys where he can kind of coach the style that he wants with a brand new system, brand new team.
Yeah.
And mold it to what he wants it to be.
I was just going to use the word mold too. Like
mold.
He pretty much has has total freedom there to make it how he wants, which definitely benefits a coaching style like Torts's.
And I think Torts is he won a cup. He won a cup with the Lightning
07.
In 07.
That's right.
He's won medals
swept
with
the Lightning in 2019 with the Blue Jackets.
He's won medals with Team USA. I don't know what specifically, but people forget that this guy's got a really good track record.
And he's a good fucking dude too. I heard a lot of stories
so
off the
good.
rink,
Oh,
all
dude.
these good stories about him. Like it's just,
Yeah.
gotta separate the man from the artist. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I think that's why I think honestly, I don't think he's a guy that you're gonna keep around for a long time. I think he can lose. I think he can gain a room really quick, but he can lose it really quick too.
I agree.
After so much turmoil, of how he is as a coach. But that's why I think a team like Vancouver would benefit so much from him because that was a team that was supposed to make a run.
Mhm.
They went far last year. They were so underwhelming this year, and they gotta. I don't think he's gonna do good with the young guys because young guys, especially like now, are gonna be more egotistical, and I think Torts is gonna kind of like rub them the wrong way, and a vet doesn't really want to fucking deal with Torts. I think that nice range of like the Besser, who's like 24, Elias Pettersson, I think is like 23 now. The guys like that in that group, I think will react a lot better because they're not
Bo
veterans,
Horvat.
but Bo Horvat, they're not gonna. They're gonna listen to him. I feel like they want to win, especially after a season like they just had. They need a wake up call. They need someone that's going to be real and honest with them and just tell them, hey, if you're not playing, I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not playing the right way. You're not playing at all. I want guys on my team that can play. And I think a lot of that team isn't necessarily skill that kept them back from winning this year. I think it's honestly a mentality that they had. So I think Torts would be great in Vancouver. Yeah. That would be my pick.
Yeah. No, I think because Vancouver definitely has the pieces to be a playoff team. I mean, they fully expected to make the playoffs this year. A lot of teams or a lot of people expected them to. I did.
Same.
So, but yeah, Torts, I think going into a system where I don't know if I can't decide if I see him in Seattle over Vancouver or vice versa. I think both would fit pretty well, but Seattle would definitely be a really interesting one.
Yeah,
that was a good call. I don't know how I didn't think of that, but just that whole I know, just that whole band of misfits thing. That's a style of group that
right up his alley.
Torts
he is a misfit. He's a walking misfit.
Exactly.
So
among the coaches, he's the oddball.
Well, I guess sticking in that Northern Territory, there's a pretty good player up there by the name of Connor McDavid.
Who?
Connor McDavid. I could spell it out for you if you want, but I think the numbers will do more of the talking for him.
Yeah, Yonner David.
Oh my God, yes, Yonner McDavid. Yonner David. He just hit 100 points. 53 games, 100 points. Hasn't been done since I don't believe 96 with Lemieux.
No, I thought it was 97 Lemieux.
97, 90, yeah, something like around that time. So it's been a while. And then he also gets 2 points in game 54, and it's like
OT winner last night. Thing of beauty.
I don't see this kid even. I don't think he's even close to his prime. I don't think he's done winning awards or even close to it. I think this kid, man,
he's unbelievable.
Different.
It's just crazy. Sorry, I thought you were gonna.
No, all you. You go.
I was just gonna say that it's the gap too. When I look at the stat leaders, right now, obviously McDavid's first with 102, and then next is Draisaitl with 81, and then it goes all the way down to 69 at third, 67.
Marchand.
Like that, Marchand at third. That gap from first to third is 33 points. Like, are you kidding me?
Psychopath.
Like, dude.
There's another thing that I want to note about Connor McDavid. Obviously, 102 points in 54 games right now. Ridiculous. So looking at this is his 6th year in the league. That first of all, over a point per game in every season. Yeah. First thing to note. First 6 seasons in the NHL, over a point per game. Second thing. So obviously he only played 45 games in that first season because he got hurt, broke his collarbone.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do the math there. 48 points in 45 games. What is he on pace for? Do you guys know?
I would say probably about 90.
90?
Yeah.
All right.
Around
so
there,
you call full 82 game season there. He's got 90 points.
Yeah.
In the next 5 years, 100, 108, 116,
Yep.
97, 102. If this guy's fully also 64 games last year,
What's the 97?
Didn't hit 100 points
So-
because of COVID.
So he would have gotten 100 easily.
So
think?
yeah. So I want you to think about that. Jumping in the league at 19 years old, he's on
18.
pace. 18? No, 19. It says
Oh, really? Is he an early or a late birthday? I should say.
he must.
Oh, okay.
I think it's January 13th, 1997.
Yeah, he is.
So when did he be 18? Because the draft.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I guess you're right. 19 years old, on pace for 90 points, and then 20 through 24, 100, 108, 116, 97, but would be on pace for easily 120, and then 102.
I bet that rookie year he would hit 100. Like I know he was still at
Probably.
48 at 45, but like I mean it was like what 5-6 years ago now. I remember
Yeah.
he was just picking it up each game. Like he was just getting more and more in his groove, and just I bet he would have gotten like 101 that year or something like that. His rookie year.
Shooting percentage is averaged at 15%. This
Which is
year,
crazy.
This year it's
Wow.
16.9, essentially 17.
Against some extremely good goalies. Or well, I
Like-
mean, I guess in the north, maybe.
I-
not
You got
as
the
much,
hell.
but-
You got Hallishbuck,
and like Demko and
Holtby, Markstrom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean,
I was thinking more league wide. The goalies are. You said
Yeah.
his career shooting percentage is 15%.
15.3 is his average.
Okay, so yeah, like overall throughout these last 6 seasons,
Yeah.
there's been some insanely good goalies. I just
During a
haven't played
time period of
against.
hockey where goaltending has never been better.
Yeah, and
that
I'll
was what I was getting at.
from 2015 to now, not including this year because he's only playing a couple goalies. 15.2, 12, 15, 17.1, 16. So that's pretty good shooting percentage. It's another one of those things where this is just an unfathomable stat to kind of look at. From the age of 19 years old to 24, he's essentially averaging about 100 points a season.
It's
Which is
it's
insane.
bananas. And I don't think we've ever seen a player like him. And I think even people that grew up around the Gordie Howes, the Gretzky's, Lemieux can even disagree with that. There's never been a player as electrifying, and I don't want to say dominant because Gretzky was dominant,
Skilled.
but skilled. McDavid has something different that we've never seen before. And yeah, like you're not gonna. I was talking with my dad about this. Like the guys that were playing with Gretzky, like Dave Taylor, his winger back in LA, he was getting 150 point seasons. You're not gonna see that now from the guys that could be getting that many points. You're not going to see that. It's just a different game, and it doesn't really work like that anymore. So like I would love to see like just an era adjusted points and like what he would have probably averaged in the 90s and early 2000s. But I just think that at the end of the day, he needs a cup. He needs one. I don't really think it matters if he doesn't get 5 or 4 like Gretzky had. I think he just needs one. And the thing this team needs to do is realize, hey, we're not going to be able to put any more superstars around him. We're going to have to go to the advanced analytics, all the metrics. You need to get your Jared McCains. You need to get your Joel Eriksson X. You need guys like that. I think their blue line could be a little bit deeper, but I don't think that's the main problem. I think that bottom 6 and even somewhat of the middle 6 too, that second line, I think they need to be deeper, have a better two-way game, and figure out that goaltending situation, because you don't need to fill a guy like that with any more superstars. He has Draisaitl. You have that duo. You don't really need much more. They have to re-sign Nugent Hopkins this year. Do you sign him or do you find somebody else? And if so, is he the right fit? This team just needs to figure that out, and McDavid you just give him the ingredients and he'll make the cake. That's all that matters. Analogy guy is in the building.
He never left, actually.
Oh,
No.
He was smoking a cigar back though.
Brett, I'll let you hop in here in a sec. The only thing I want to say on that, Raff, is I agree. I think the Oilers, they don't need to put another superstar around him. Him and Draisaitl. That's it. That's all you need.
You have Darnell Nurse as your number 1 guy right now. I think I like him as a number 1.
Yes. make that team deep. And I think
Yeah.
that this year is a really good jumping off point for them because they're making a case for themselves like, hey, we're a good team.
Yeah.
You can have fun playing here because obviously the last 10 years, the Oilers have been very underwhelming, not very good. 5 first-round picks in 6 years, whatever it was. So I think this year really makes that statement of like, hey, you kind of want to play. Why do you not want to play with the best player in the world? You know,
2 of the best.
2 exactly. So I think this season is great for them in terms of their growth in the next couple of years, because you don't want to go to a team that sucks, right?
Yeah.
In free agency, this season is going to help them grow that.
I think the biggest thing is that I was going to point out, Raff, if you hadn't brought it up, because you mentioned everything else, hit the nail on the head, but the goaltending is definitely a big thing because obviously Mike Smith is like 90 years old, and then Koskinen.
He's holding down the fort right now.
Oh no, I know, but like I'm just saying, I love Mike
Smith.
He's having a great year this year, but is this his last year?
I agree.
If not, it's probably next year, you know. And then I'm not the biggest Koskinen fan. I think he's just like he's
garbage.
Average.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's garbage.
Average at best. But yeah, so I mean, you got to get like a top 10 goalie for him. I mean,
Tuukka Rask.
Dude, I don't think he'd go though. Like a legitimate.
They need one a little younger than that can be around for most of McDavid's time there.
Like they need their Kokkinen, like that Kokkinen kid that's playing, or that
or like their Shesterkin or something.
Something like that. Like even a guy that doesn't have, like, you just need someone not to steal games for you. You don't need people to steal games. You need people to keep
McDavid
you in
will
a
steal
game.
the games for you.
That's what I'm saying. And Koskinen can't even keep them in a game.
Yeah.
They just need someone to just make the save, make an easy save.
As far as their blue line goes, I think it's pretty solid up top. Definitely needs to get a little more depth in there, like you said. But I mean, you got your top 3. Correct me if I'm forgetting someone, but I mean, you have Nurse, Ty Berry, and Clefbaum.
He's been hurt though. He needs.
Yeah, I know.
He hasn't.
I know he hasn't played this year, but assuming he's back next year, that's your top 3, right? I mean, I mean, you have like what, Chris Russell too, or
I hate him. I think he's actually garbage.
No, I know, but I know. My point is, would he be the 4th defenseman though on their depth chart?
Could be Ethan Bear.
Ethan Bear.
Yeah.
Okay. So say it's Ethan Bear. I'd probably take Ethan Bear over Russell Roussel, whatever the fuck his name is. And yeah, so I mean that's your top 4. But I mean Bear, if you get like another top 4 D-man to play with Clefbaum there or whoever it is in those top 4, and then Bear can hold it down on your 6th.
Evan Bouchard.
Don't they have like Noah Dobson too?
No, that's Islanders.
Oh, that's Islanders. Okay.
And Bouchard is here. And then they also have that other kid that hasn't came over here yet. Oh, all right. What is his name? I had him on my hot team like last year. They have some kid that hasn't come over yet who's a nice little Swede defenseman who's pretty.
So yeah, I mean,
pretty solid. I think they need to get rid of Barry though.
You either gotta, yeah. I mean,
I disagree with that.
He can move a puck like it's nobody's business. But his two-way game, man, is so bad. It is so bad. They need a solid guy that can just play both sides of the ice and simply just move a puck to McDavid or Draisaitl. You don't need an all-star, puck moving defenseman with them. You just need a guy that's capable of moving the puck while it's still very adequate on defense. I think he's a liability on D, and that team needs defense.
Really?
They don't need this guy because he's not going anywhere, but they need a Matt Grzelcyk. They need a Matt Grzelcyk style defenseman.
Even that though, like Matt Grzelcyk's not. I would say he's better than Barry, especially two-way. But I think you're.
I think Tyson Barrie. This is the best Tyson Barrie's fit in a lineup in like 3 years.
It's the most points he's got.
Yeah, but he's a +6, right? He's averaging. I was trying to find what he was averaging per night, but I can't find it. I've watched a little bit of him play. I think he fits great. He's
I think he
great on.
moves the puck great.
I think he's great on the power play. I think he's a better
Oh, yeah.
defenseman than you're giving him credit for, in my opinion. Um, I'm trying to find his
I'm more
ice
talking about
time.
of what that team needs. That team doesn't really necessarily need um how should I put this? Like a tier 1 puck moving pristine defenseman. They really just need a guy that can make these simple breakout passes. Nothing really needs to be fancy with them. They have forwards that can get that puck out and are really good in transition. They
Or
just
even
need
just a fully defensive defenseman.
that would
I
be
think
more
would
Darnell's
be-
Nurse for me. I think he does a good job with that and randomly has been very offensive
It-
this year and has been shooting well.
If you can have one play back in that bottom 2 pair though, who's like, I mean, he doesn't have to be as good as Darnell Nurse, but just a solid one to play back there with Ethan Bear, whoever it is.
Yeah.
I feel like would be a pretty good help.
Bear's solid too. I don't mind him.
No, I know. I
think
like
he's solid.
him.
Yeah.
I like him too.
21 and a
Tough
half minutes average time on ice.
So he plays a lot.
Yeah, and I think he's a liability. I really on defense at least.
Yeah, I think. I don't think you really have to do much to the offense there. I mean, it would be. Yeah, like I was gonna say, the depth would be helpful, but I mean, it doesn't seem as necessary as defense or goaltending, in my opinion. Just because of how well McDavid and Draisaitl can handle the top 6.
We're not playing 30 minutes tonight, though.
I know.
You get a bad matchup out there. That those middle 6 are done.
Yeah,
no, I know.
And we've seen that the points for, points against with McDavid on and off the ice too, right? Plus 180 something when he's on, and he's minus the team's minus 80, whatever it was. I don't remember the stat completely, but you do need a little bit of depth. I think the top 6 can kind of hold their own, but get a solid third line center.
Get a McCain, a Jared McCain, a Joel X. Harrison.
You mean McCann?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah, you're
saying
McCain.
Terrible name guy.
I really am. I honestly am. I really am.
Get just like a Sean Corrali. Guy. You just need a guy that can stick there in that third line, and whose phone's ringing?
Can you hear that? That's my dad's. He just picked it up though. It'll be fine.
What's calling Papa
Damn, that's
Gino's?
weird, dude. I got my door shut. Oh, he doesn't shut his door though, so
I'll tell him
I can hear it. Dope.
All right. Well, fucking right. I think you guys want to move on. I think we've jerked off the Oilers and McDavid, and hopefully
we were pretty hard on them. Not on McDavid, but on the Oilers as a team. We were.
Oh yeah, he's perfect. The rest of the team, fuck them.
Yeah.
All right.
Timmy Stu got his first hat trick.
Nice little moment there.
It was actually his first multi-goal game, which I didn't really even realize.
Really?
It was the first one. I mean, dude, it was only his 10th, 11th, and 12th goal.
Yeah, he really slowed down.
Yeah, he slowed down a lot. And so I mean, those first nine never came in a pair of 2. So yeah, it was his first multi-goal game. Finished it with a hat trick, empty netter, like 6 seconds left.
Yeah.
Just like backhand shoveled it into the net. So I thought that was exciting that he got his first hat trick, although he was my pick to win Rookie of the Year, which
tough luck.
Definitely is not going to happen.
Not your fault. You didn't know a 23-year-old with 6 pro seasons would win it.
I was unaware there was a 58-year-old Russian player coming over to Minnesota. But yeah, that was exciting. Seeing his first, I was watching that game too. First Sens game I've watched in a little bit. So
that's good. Good luck. Like you were good luck.
Oh! I thought you were like wishing me good luck. I was like, what?
That too.
But anyway, Jack Eichel. Lots of talk around him.
Rehab.
That whole situation's so weird. It's so, I feel like, unusual.
Dude.
And it's like a side of hockey that I didn't think of, because I didn't realize that like the team could, I mean, I guess I did in a way, but at the same time, so I guess the story goes like the team doesn't want him to get surgery for a herniated disc he has in his neck. but he wants to get surgery to fix it. And the
His
team's
I
life.
did not see that.
and the team is like, no, like give it another month and then we'll see how to rehab you. And he's like, I want to get surgery. I want to fix this so that I can come back and play.
Yeah.
So which is so fucking weird, right? Now I don't know if he had gotten the surgery when it happened. I don't know if he would have been able to play this season again. But based on how the story is going, it makes it seem like he might have been able to.
Yeah. At least like a couple games.
At least like this last week, like maybe 3
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
right? At least. So I don't know what the fuck Kevin Adams, the GM there, is doing. I don't know why you wouldn't give this kid anything and everything he wants.
Yeah.
He is or was supposed to be the future of your franchise, and you've
Yeah.
done nothing for him. So if you lose him, tough shit.
Yeah.
You've pissed
They
this kid.
probably will.
They are. They're going like. There's no way. So I guess in that story, it also said like they were trying to ask him if he requested a trade, and he kept kind of dodging the question and kind of just hopping over it. Whether that means he asked for a trade or not, I don't know, or if maybe he's planning to. But I don't understand why you wouldn't give this kid everything he wants, everything he needs. You've done nothing for him in your time with him.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's almost like kind of sad to me too. Like sometimes the way or specifically, I'm thinking of last night. Taylor Hall was asked about the situation, and like just the way like he describes it too, about like what it's like in Buffalo. Like he was saying how, like it was it was definitely like a tight knit group, like in the locker room. Like the energy was good. Like everyone got along, liked each other, and off the ice and everything. But he basically said like, ultimately when you're out there losing that much, it hurts. Like it takes a toll on you, as good as your chemistry is off the ice. Like, and the quote that I saw on Twitter earlier was Taylor Hall literally said, he said there were really dark days this year in Buffalo. And like, I don't know why, but just like using that phrase to describe the way it was is like so like saddening to me. Yeah, like depressing, dude. Like, geez, like if like I can't imagine like how awful that is for someone like Eichel to have been playing there.
And
I mean,
for 6 years, he's been there for 6 years, and you can almost see like it's. I mean, with everything that Hall was saying last night about like the team and how it's a tight knit team, I think that sheds more light on the disconnect between the players and all of management. Coaching staff, front office,
coaching,
everything. And I think that is, you can't like, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing in Buffalo. I don't.
Any early guesses, or not even just guesses, just places you'd like to see Eichel if he leaves?
Like realistically, like realistic places.
It doesn't even have to. I mean, yeah, I guess somewhat realistic. Yeah,
I would say
Los
probably
Angeles.
It's either that or New York Rangers for me.
I don't like the New York. I like Los Angeles better.
I'm just saying for for what they could give up. I think Capo Lafreniere in a first. It doesn't strike me like that Los Angeles would give up a bunch of guys. I don't know. It seems to me like New York would be more all in, considering they have Panarin in his prime, Zibanejad in his prime, some pretty decent goaltending. That Fox kid. I don't know. It seems like they're more ready now than LA would be, if you see what I'm saying. But I would still like to see him in LA. I think he'd be cool too.
I do see what you're saying. Yeah, I honestly, I've the whole like just talking about Buffalo, my brain turns into a pretzel.
I'll be honest. I disassociated when you guys were talking. I sat here.
Talking about the Buffalo Sabres. I'm not the analogy guy, so I was trying to think of something.
Do you need help?
I do. I do need help.
What are you? Give me some. What are you working with?
Well, just talking about the Buffalo Sabres compared to the rest of the NHL, like there's such a big disconnect. Can you help me with an analogy there? Like talking about Buffalo is like talking about.
It's like talking about an ex-girlfriend. You just fucking hate her.
Whoa.
No, it's kind of just like kind of like talking about, I don't know how to bring family into this, but talking to maybe that one aunt or uncle that is kind of a piece of shit.
It's like talking about the racist aunt or uncle.
Yeah, whenever you bring it up, it's like, ugh.
Like you love family, like they're awesome, they're blood.
But there's that one.
But they're racist.
There's that one. Yeah. Or shit like that, like a Fallon or something.
Yeah, I just like every time I think about it, it's like it's one of the most poorly managed teams.
Yeah.
In such a big market.
It sucks the life out of this whole topic. It just sucked the life out of it.
Like I get genuinely like upset and sad because of how they've gone the last 13 years.
Brett, what about you though? Who would be your pick?
No, LA was definitely my big one. I can see New York, but dude, New York is in the Rangers. I don't, like you said, you just threw this out there, the whole Kako, Lafreniere in a first for Eichel.
Yeah.
I don't know if I see the Rangers doing that.
No, I know.
I just
like,
I don't know. I mean,
that's
Capo,
a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah,
you're getting a lot too. I don't know. This whole thing is
man. Lafreniere and Kako are starting to figure it out, dude, and like another first on top of that too.
It's Jack Eichel though, man.
And
it's more of a fact
but it's Lafreniere and Kako.
No, I'm also saying refer back to the other point I made where it's kind of like they could go all in now with that trade. They could really go all in. They have Panarin in his prime. They have an up and coming Norris Trophy candidate, Adam Fox, Zibanejad's in his prime, Shesterkin amazing. You see what I'm saying? Like,
so here's what makes it interesting, right? Because I was thinking about the whole Hall situation too, and how he essentially got to go where he wanted because he has a no move clause, and got to essentially pick. Eichel has a no move clause that kicks in next year. Not this coming season, 2022, 2023. So after next season it kicks in.
So okay.
So are you saying you can see him waiting it out?
It's not up to right now. It's not up to him.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So Buffalo could still.
Buffalo, if Buffalo wants to get the most from him that they can, they need to do it this summer or before next February.
So if I was him, what I would do is be like, hey, I won't come out publicly and say I've demanded a trade, but you have to work with me here and send me somewhere at least I don't hate.
But they're not contractually obligated to do that, though. Yeah. That's the thing.
Oh no, I know. You're playing mental warfare, though. If he comes out and he says that he's demanding a trade, his value is going to be shit. He won't have that value. So he may not hold all the cards, but he's got a pretty good hand right now.
It's just such a shitty situation that we've talked about a couple times this year, and I just don't know.
It's like Taylor Hall. Remember, it's like the Taylor Hall situation. That return, what he pretty much made it clear he wasn't returning to the New Jersey Devils. They did not get shit for him. Mm-hmm. They didn't get shit. So, he comes out. He's like, oh, okay.
But that was like a free agency thing.
You fuck me over, I'll fuck you over.
Like was he not going to be a free agent that year? It's like if he's saying he's not returning, like they have to get him out anyway, or they're going to lose him for nothing. So that's just you take whatever deal you can.
I mean, if Eichel, if you have a player that has 11 million on your sheets, not wanting to play for your team, I would say that's a pretty big issue you want to get rid of. This whole situation is just so fucking weird.
See, my brain's a pretzel. It's just a pretzel.
So weird because it could go either way. It could go to no team that we've talked about, to one of the teams we talked about, different returns. If he comes out with he wants to be traded, even more fuel on the fire. And that management in Buffalo is god awful.
Move the team.
So I don't know. Just, you know what? Shoot them all. Just fucking
take them all back.
Put them down on fucking something. All right,
no, send them to Quebec City. Sell Buffalo to an owner in Quebec City. Move them up there. and turn the whole goddamn thing around.
I don't even think it's like necessarily like Buffalo as like a place,
No,
location, or fans. It's literally the owner. It is on the owner.
Yes.
Because the owners also have say in what moves GMs could do.
Stupid.
It's so weird.
I mean, it is their money though. So.
I'm pretty sure the owner of the Sabres is the same guy that owns the Buffalo Bills NFL team, and the Buffalo Bills have had like an unreal turnaround in like the last 5-6 years. Yeah. Like they made playoffs last year, had an unreal regular season, and like they're probably going to win the division next year.
Yeah, they won the AFC East this year.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if they won it this year or not, or if they were second. But I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Just a fun fact thrown there. But anyway, before our brains explode thinking about the Buffalo Sabres, we made some predictions before the regular season began on who would make playoffs in each division. We predicted who would finish first in each division, as well as just the following three in any order. We didn't order our next three, just we predicted the winner. And then the following three, looking at mine, a little rough around the edges.
What are we starting with?
I mean, I got Canada at the top of mine, so maybe we can just start with that.
No sad.
So anyway, so I know we said in order to make this competition, and I know we said before we do like 2 points if we guessed first place team correctly, and then an extra 1 for each of the following that made the playoffs in any order.
Yeah.
So Canadian division, what actually happened was Toronto finished first, and when we get to the West, that one's not really decided yet, but we'll get to that. Toronto won the division, clinched first, followed by Edmonton, Winnipeg, and Montreal. I predicted that Toronto would win that division. I got that right. But then my next three were Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton. So I only got 1 extra point there because Vancouver and Calgary had quite underwhelming seasons.
Yeah, I think I also had the Leafs at the top. And then I got a point for the Jets and the Oilers, but I had the Canucks.
Yeah.
In there.
Canucks this year, man.
Mr. Rafferty.
And then, you know me, was pumping. That was looking so good. I had Montreal winning that division. As we see, no. But then I also got extra points because they did make the playoffs. I did get Toronto and Edmonton. I had Vancouver as my 4th. And I also I forgot about this, my hot take, besides Montreal winning, was Carey Price having a Vezina year.
Yeah.
Complete opposite.
Woo! Yep. I think we actually all miserably failed those preseason hot takes we did. So Raff, you just said yours.
Oh, that's right.
AIDS. Yours was Philly wins the division and Carter Hart is top 3 Vezina. And mine was Timmy Stu wins the Calder with 50 plus points.
He had like 20.
I think he has like 25.
You give him 82.
Hey. Anyway,
so I think moving
away from those,
the common denominator that we had there was the Canucks, who didn't make the playoffs. Well, which I mean, I know we briefly talked into this. We briefly talked about it. Math guy briefly talked about it a little while ago, so I won't spend too much time on it. But why they didn't make it? They're fucking goaltending. They signed
goaltending and
COVID too. They still have like 7 games left to play. No, I was doing the math last night. So playoffs start on Saturday. The Saturday the 15th coming up. And
for the US divisions.
Yes.
Or at least, yeah.
So I was talking to my dad about it. We were trying to figure out like how it was going to start because there are teams that still need to fucking play, whatever. So it was like as of last night, the Canucks needed 7 more games in 6 days if they were going to beat the time that the playoffs started. And I was like, that math.
They don't have to worry about it because they're eliminated. So they can just play a little. Like on the first playoff game this year is Saturday, Bruins Caps. And that same night, I think the Flames and Canucks play a regular season game.
So I don't know.
So stupid, dude. Just push back the playoffs. Or just tell them don't play.
They probably won't even play because
I'd prefer don't play. I don't want them to push back the playoffs for shitty regular season games.
Yeah,
But the Canucks do play the Jets on that Friday, which is a necessary game, because the Jets and the Canadians are still fighting for that third and fourth spot.
Montreal could get closer to first, baby.
Yeah, fuck off.
The Canadian division's playoffs are scheduled to start like the 19th, I think.
Yeah,
assuming that game
of
wraps it up.
August.
But anyway, we'll do the West last because that's still not fully decided for first place. But Central Division we'll go to next. So Carolina clinched first in that division, followed by Florida, Tampa, and Nashville were the three teams that made it following them. So I had Tampa winning that division, fucking classic. And then following that, I had Dallas, Carolina, and the Panthers. So Dallas didn't make it. So I still got 3 points out of that one because Tampa, Canes, and Florida all made it still.
I took a big 4 points. I got all teams right. I had the Lightning winning it. I had the Hurricanes in second, but no, I had all 4 of those guys in. Almost didn't make it though. The Stars made a little push at the end there, but
I also had Tampa winning it. I don't know why a Canes guy would ever doubt his boys, but lesson fucking learned. I had 3 teams. I had Carolina, Tampa, and Nashville. I did have Nashville, which was sneaky. I was kind of
on Nashville,
and I had Dallas as my other. So no matter what, I was getting 3 points. I can't believe I slept on Florida so much, but I feel like they did have a pretty crazy season.
Yeah,
definitely a lot leaps and bounds, and I'm excited to see this team going forward.
Put the beat down on the Lightning.
Yeah.
4-0 and 5-1. That's going to be a gong show of a series.
I think that's going to be my favorite series of the first round.
Fucking sweep them. Sweep the Lightning.
Kill them. Just stab them. Why am I saying stuff like this episode?
I don't know.
Really don't know.
You're very violent.
East Division next?
Yeah, so the East, we had Pittsburgh clinched first, followed by Washington, Boston, and the Islanders. I'll kick this one off real quick because I butchered it. I got a whopping 2 points here. I had Philly winning it, followed by Boston, Caps, and Rangers. I think I know why you're laughing.
No, I'm looking at my screen right now. I'm looking at my predictions, and I'm geeking out.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I think I remember. I think I remember an East prediction that you had.
Oh God, I don't even know.
Very laughable.
I was on drugs when this happened.
God damn. All right, so I'll move through mine quick. I had the Caps winning, so I got 2 points. I got the Bruins and the Caps in. But then I had the Flyers and the Rangers, which for a little while looked like the Flyers were good. But
yeah.
All right, Raff.
I'm just gonna read off of what I see on my screen. I have all the teams in that division, and then I say in all capital letters, top 4 seeds. Boston, highlighted Philly because I had them first. New York Islanders.
Yep.
4th one. Buffalo.
I know.
And then this is the best part. In parentheses next to Buffalo, Eichel Hart year.
Hey, if it makes you feel even just a smidge better, when I did these rankings, I ranked them all out like 1 through 8 or 1 through 7 for the North. Like just for fun, even though that's what we weren't actually doing. And I predicted Buffalo 5th. I thought they'd be close.
Yeah.
I thought they'd have a close little push there and finish
You know what?
5th.
I'm going to go back and listen to the episode that we made these in.
That makes you feel a little better.
I just honestly thought like this would be at the beginning of the season. I just remember like looking at the roster, looking at the matchups and everything. And, I was just like, man, like this team has got something to prove. Taylor Hall has something to prove. Eichel has something to prove. This whole squad had something to fucking to prove. And I don't even know why I didn't just, their management. Tell them to go into last place. I don't even know. But that is so the most embarrassing part, I think, to me is doubting Crosby and Ovechkin and not even having them in my top 4. I think that's my.
Oh, you didn't have either of those?
No, I had Boston, Philly, Islanders, and Buffalo.
I didn't have Penguins either.
I didn't have Penguins, but I had Caps.
I hated their defense this year, but prove me wrong.
So So anyway, for the West, since first place is still up for grabs between the Avs and Vegas, we'll throw out there the 4 teams we had. But maybe next week we'll just quickly say, go over who ended up winning that division and if either of us got the first place team right. So right now there is the order goes Vegas, Colorado, Minnesota, St. Louis. But like I said, Colorado could still snag that first place spot in that division. But I had my 4 playoff teams in that division were the Avs winning it. So I'm hoping that they can snag that first place. I had the Avs winning it, followed by Vegas, Blues, and Coyotes. So if the Avs pull it off, I get 4 points out of that. If they don't, I still get 3.
Nice.
I very similar. I had the Avs winning the division, and then I had Golden Knights, Blues, and then I had the Ducks, who ended up bringing up the rear in that division. I thought John Gibson and Troy Terry and Kevin Shattenkirk were gonna carry that team.
Uncle Shattenkirk? Grandpa Shattenkirk?
That's like the 1B take next to my 1A Buffalo take.
Oh, I know it is.
I will say I've mentioned in a couple previous episodes 2 teams that counted out in that division: Ducks, which landed, and the Wild. I said there's no way the Wild don't finish bottom 2 in that division.
Yeah,
crazy division.
And look at that, man. Now I'm rooting for them to win that division.
Literally.
How the turntables.
Yep. And then lastly, I had Vegas as well as Colorado winning it, St. Louis, and then I had Arizona in that 4th spot.
Yep.
So yeah.
Which they were close.
But now I love the Wild with all my heart. So
yeah, the Wild stole some hearts this year. They got some people on board that definitely were not at the beginning. So
alrighty.
It's just a team that's hard to hate,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you had grabbed maybe half a point that whole time,
you should just lose like 10 for the Buffalo call.
I should be kicked off the podcast for that. Actually crazy. I should have a probation.
Yeah, but you're suspended 2 episodes.
Fuck.
Oh man.
What's it called? So do you guys want to get into a little bit of prediction? I mean, we know the first round matchups.
Yeah, what did we say we were gonna do instead of hot seat teams this week? Because
I was just gonna say, like, look, I mean, to stick with, I guess, the hot seat theme and what it really is maybe look forward to of the teams that pick a team that didn't make the playoffs, and then kind of just say maybe like something brief about what they got to do in the off season, what went wrong, something like that.
All right. I'm gonna go with sorry, can I start here? I kind of just started talking.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Dallas here.
Yeah.
A team that I expected to make playoffs. A lot of people did. The thing they need to figure out, minutes 60 through 65 of games.
Yeah.
Overtimes.
Yeah.
They went 23, 19, and 4. Excuse me, 23, 19, and 14.
Yeah.
So that's technically 23 and 33. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Come on, man. 14 overtime losses,
you get half those,
bro.
You're in a playoff spot.
Dude, they get
14 points. That's 14 points they missed out on.
Yeah, they get like 4 or 5 of those, and they're in the playoffs instead of the Predators. Like, it's so I don't know if that's like, I don't really know what exactly the issue would be in failing at overtime so hard. I don't know if it's goaltending. I mean, granted, they didn't have Sagan all year. Ben Bishop was hurt. I mean, him and Hudobin probably would have split the time. Ottinger stepped up a little bit. I think losing Sagan for most of the year definitely hurt. Having plenty of other guys too that were in and out with injuries. Radulov, I think, was in and out for a bit. Hintz was in and out a lot too. Luckily, second rookie of the year, Jason Robertson stepped up too. But that team, I don't know, figure out the health, stay healthy, and be able to play a full 60 minutes plus, I think is the thing with Dallas here. So
I agree. It's tough with your, unhealthy goaltenders. Sagan's not in. You're losing a lot with those.
Yeah.
I think my team for this would have been Vancouver.
Yeah.
I think
mine is too.
They have too much talent on that team, and I think they just need a new coach, and they just need to get a message across to everybody on that squad. Maybe Demko a little bit more ice time next year. Put some work in the offseason. I think this is not necessarily a matter of fact of getting a better team, maybe a little bit better on the blue line. Nate Schmidt really disappointed me this year. I thought he would be a great addition, but I think they just need to take a long, hard look at themselves in the mirror and be like, did I really put in everything? But at the same time, too, that team just got struck by COVID so hard. I feel awful for those players that then get, the health problems that ensue from recovering and contracting that disease. So I don't think all of it is necessarily even the mindset thing. Like I said, they have all the skill in the world. They have some world-class players on that team. I think they just got to get healthy and then take a good look at themselves after they get healthy and recover and say, this is not acceptable. Let's get back to it next year, fellas.
Yeah, I think I agree with all of that. I think it wasn't like they didn't have a good lineup. It's just none of them really played with any confidence, played with any poise. They just kind of were there. And the other thing that I want to note there is their goaltending. Like Braden Holtby, you have to be better there. Yeah. You're a Stanley Cup winning goaltender. Has he won a Vezina? Come pretty close if he hasn't.
Wasn't it the year that he tied Martin Brodor's record for most games played by a goaltender in a season? I believe 2017.
Oh, maybe
did he win it that year?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know for sure. There's no way he hasn't come close if he hasn't won it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of their struggles came from that too. Yeah. Obviously, Demko ended up playing. He ended up playing decent, but you sign Braden Holtby. This is your inaugural season with Vancouver, and you shit the bed. Like you got to be better than that too. But no, Raff, I agree with everything you said. They were my team too, and they just gotta take a good look in the mirror. I don't think they need. Obviously, you will always take more depth, but overall, I thought that they had a solid lineup. They've got a decent D. Like Schmidt looks good back there, and their forwards obviously don't need any help, but we'll see.
All right. So, I mean, do you guys care if I do the little segment now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to wrap up the episode. So, yeah, like I said.
I just want to throw in there, Holtby did win the Vezina in the 2015-16 season, and then he was runner-up the year after, though, too, in 16-17. So, go ahead.
Thank you, Stat Guy. So yeah, a little segment here. We've been playing a little bit of summer hockey back with the kids from Weymouth that I'm from. So I think at the end of some of the episodes, I'm just gonna wrap up a little bit of what I've done the last week there. So we had our first game last Wednesday, where we were still the Cardiac Cats was our alias for the team, and I'm still not really sure who picked that name. It was really fucking stupid, but they almost got scratched. I heard from the lineup,
some guy named Chris.
Yeah, stupid fucking name. But yeah, we have 3 coaches now too. My buddy Stark, Mario, and then this kid Zach Jones. So we have 3 coaches. We got a good management behind us on the bench, keeping us in line.
Better than Buffaloes. Sorry.
Literally. Stark makes the lineup. He almost health bombed that kid for making the Cardiac Cats name. But then, yeah, we lost that game. We got spanked. But the best part about it was, so we got there 2 hours early for just 0 reason. And we just had beers in the parking lot. And then we walk into the rink finally, just like 10:10 at night, 35 minutes away from where we are. And then next thing we know, we look in the bathroom. And boys, when I tell you, the biggest poop I've ever seen is inhabiting that toilet seat. It looked like it didn't come out of a person. It looked like a horse came in there, took a poop, and left. It didn't even fit down like the drain or like whatever you call that. Someone was like, there's a Pringles can in the toilet. And I was like, that's the scariest thing I've seen in a while. And it was almost like fascinating, dude. Like, it was just like, how? If I didn't believe aliens before seeing that, but now I believe because an alien took that poop. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. So we laughed about that for literally like 30 minutes before the game. So I think our mentality was a little off. Maybe that's why we came out a little flat. But no, we played a lot better. We had a game last night in Canton again, different rink. Big win for the new names of the team. We go by the Young Goonie Killas, YGK, 1-0 under that alias. So Cardiac Cats gone forever. We're undefeated now under our new franchise. Is that when you change the name? Is it a franchise or is it?
No, it's just a new name.
Yeah.
Oh,
still
okay.
the
I
same
didn't know if that'd be like a
franchise.
new. Either way, undefeated as a Young Goonie Killas. Great game. As for me, I just finally decided that I just have the meanest center lane regroup breakout pass in the fucking game. We'll have that neutral zone regroup, and I'll just snap at middle ice because these kids were playing just don't want to. I don't know why they give me that room, but they do. So I'm gonna violate them for that.
Don't give them time and space.
Literally, we were huffing and puffing on the bench though. That was just absolutely brutal. Huffing and puffing. We had kids go down, but I think it was just a team effort at the end of the day. We worked the puck well. We had some solid goaltending too. We had our backup in there because one of our starters couldn't make it, but that's what it's all about. You had to battle adversity. I was a +1 on the day. Actually, no, even rating because they have power plays in this league. I thought that was a little weird, like men's league, summer league team. They have power plays and stuff like that.
Wow.
I fuck with it.
So yeah, I don't get a plus for that because I had we're snapping this puck around, just the craziest umbrella formation you've seen in your life, just textbook. So we're cycling at the point, dip down a little bit. So we're moving this puck, snapping around, tossing a little bit of ragu under it, and then I go down to the right point, and what I do is this kid starting to press me, and I was like, oh, for real. So then I wind up for the clapper, but what he doesn't know is I'm not taking a clapper. I rip this slap pass, no look, don't even look at the kid. I'm looking the goalie in his eyes as I slap past this. Cross ice to this kid, Brian Chambers, who's sitting down at the left dot, like bottom left circle, sitting there, not quite back door, but he's creeping up the side of the lawn, if you see what I'm saying. Sits there, he just gets it, snaps it to the net front present guy, Tom Clancy, tucks it right in there, and I'm like, that's just the craziest attack triangle you're going to see today. Just tic-tac-toe. And it was all day, and I'll be honest.
Yik-yak-yo.
Yik-yak-yo. And I'll be honest, for all the times I probably got burnt in that game, that was the best feeling I've had in so long, was just that no-look slapper. Through like 3 sticks, too. This needless thread. And yeah, that was past nobody. Fucking rights.
All past nobody.
All past nobody. But yeah, it's crazy though, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, A's, you probably don't have this problem because you're a fucking behemoth now. You're so fucking big. That we're getting knocked around. These old dudes have like that old man strength.
Oh, dad strength.
Like the moment you turn 35, you have the craziest center of gravity of all time. I don't understand it. And this one dude like literally drops me in front of the net, and I'm like, dude, it's like 10 o'clock at night. What are you doing? Leave me alone. And then this one dude, I try to give this kid a reverse hit. I'm going into the corner for a puck, and I see him coming, and I'm like, there's no way I'm on my back end right now. I'm not getting this puck clean out. There's just no shot. So I go to reverse hit him, and I hit him, and I hear him going, oh, what are you doing? And then we're battling for this puck, we're like trying to get this out. And he's like cross-checking me. He's like, you fucking pussy. I was like, okay, dude. Have fun going to your 9 to 5 tomorrow. Smell you later. This is literally just a puck battle you're crying over right now. Leave me alone. Yeah, I get back to the bench, and kids were like, is that kid chirping you? I was like, no, he's just a loser. That's point blank period. He's just a loser. Yeah, at the end of the game too, they're like, I guess some kids in the lineup, they're like, doing the handshakes, and they're like calling kids in our team pussies. I was like, dude, all right. Jesus. Just because you're like 10 years closer to your 401k than I am doesn't really mean much. So fun game though. We calmed it down with the beers before the game, about maybe 1 or 2 per person. I think that really helped. So yeah, more to come. Just want to let all the boys know what a fucking game last night, and we'll keep you updated. I think this is a championship caliber team. No Montreal Canadiens here. We're not going to come out hot and die. We're gonna just keep going up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So
So,
like the like the Panthers.
yeah, well, at the
I was
Panthers,
trying to think of a team that kind of just
at the Panthers, Hurricanes, just we're gonna be dominant all year long.
yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's about it.
Ooh, Hurricanes, that's a better one. That it for episode 20?
I think so. I can't stop thinking about that poop we saw on the last Wednesday at that game.
I would like to stop. So
it's ingrained in my brain.
please.
So we will be, if anyone is still listening somehow for some reason, we will be the three of us will each make our like NHL prediction bracket, like they always do, and we will post them on the Instagram for you guys to comment on. And I mean, we'll talk a little bit about them on here in following episodes, I'm sure. Or well, playoffs will have started by next week, maybe at least a little bit. So yeah, but we'll be getting pictures of those up on the gram, and maybe some other playoff prediction type stuff like that. But
better than the preseason ones.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Undefeated. But yeah, so thank you everyone. Sorry about the little tangent. If you enjoyed it, let me know. If you didn't, I'm still gonna do it, so fuck you. And that does it for episode 20 of Buddy Pass Podcast. Again, check out all the Instagram, the social media stuff. Check out Masshole Perspective. We got some big announcements too coming up soon, so just stay tuned for that. The weather is fucking beautiful out, so I think you should go outside, maybe do a picnic, something like that. Walk your dog or your cat. I don't think you walk cats, so. But either way, have a great weekend, everybody. Catch some sun rays, wear a mask, get vaccinated, and maybe go for a nice drive. Peace.